Hello, happy Tuesday. We are almost back to Monday again. Watch this space. So, how is everyone doing? My dad arrived to stay yesterday. Today on this island, we've got King Charles coming for a visit, which, to be honest, I can't get my head around that title. In my mind, it will always be Prince Charles. I don't know about you. Anyway, that's kind of cool, depending on what you think about the royal family. And I've got my party coming up this Saturday, which I'm pretty excited about. Anyway, I'm digressing, which I'm good at. Let's get back to it. And if you're new here, I apologise. This may or may not be for you because I am a little bit, probably more than a little bit mental. Okay, so we got here, and I hope your week has already kicked off in style. If you are new here, my name is Lucy Charlotte Nichols, and I talk about unfucking yourself from trauma so that you can live the best life, which is exactly what you're here to do and what you deserve. Accept no less. So, if you were here for video 12, we officially closed the door on the perpetual healing loop. That tedious fucking place where you're just endlessly analysing everything and continually trying to heal because you still don't feel good enough, which is a rubbish place to be. It's better than where you were, but it's not the end game. So we exposed the fact that the Matrix wants you trapped in the recovery phase, constantly scanning your internal horizon for the next flaw, because a perpetual patient is a very predictable consumer. So we decided that we are no longer using our past as a shield to protect us from the vulnerability of stepping into our greatness. And yeah, that's you. It's all of us. All of us. All of you. All of whatever. But today we are landing this shift. No more endless talking. No more analysing your programming for the 1000th time. We're all bored. We're all over it. So today I'm pulling back the curtain on the exact practical ritual I use to anchor in a brand new identity in under 60 seconds. Yeah, this video is longer than 60 seconds, but this particular ritual is short. So, people on social media love talking about stepping into your higher self all the time. But what does that actually mean? It's always wrapped up in fluffy, very fucking confusing language that you can't actually use in real life. So we are going to break it down in layman's terms. Do you like the England glasses? I'd like to wear them on my own, but I am pretty fucking blind, so that's not really an option. So this ritual is not fake it until you make it. Though it feels like it, because the behaviour is basically that. But the thought process is different. So this actually creates a quantum collapse of time. Because time is not linear when it comes to your state of being, if at all. And so the version of you who is highly successful, deeply loved and completely secure, and no, it's not a pipe dream, doesn't live 10 years from now. She, he, they exist on a specific frequency right now. And speaking of the genderization of these videos, this is something I've become aware of and I'm going to kind of address in future. Because I've always traditionally worked with women, I will put my videos a lot of the time into talking about she, her. But don't be offended, it's not a slight. This video can still be for you. It's just that's who I've traditionally worked with. But I'm going to be changing it in the future. So this version of you does exist on a specific frequency right now. And that's pretty exciting because it means there's not like shitloads of work that you need to do. It's just a different frequency that you can level into. And it sounds woo-woo and you don't know what people are talking about, but I'm explaining it and making it clear and simple. So when you change your internal state, and again, this word state is not really a word that I love. So your state basically means how you think and feel and how able you are to stay calm when things around you look like they're going wrong. And it's always look like because they're never actually really going wrong. So when you're able to maintain this state of calmness in these moments. You collapse the gap between where you are standing and where future you is. So remember the question we upgraded to last time. Does the highest, most powerful version of you spend her mornings overanalyzing a low vibrational trigger? Hell no, she does not. She notes it, she breathes through it, and she moves, and she continues to move with absolute conviction. Because if you knew that everything was working out, this is what you would do, and this is the mind frame that you need to get into, because everything is always working out. Learning to vibe with whatever the fuck is going on in your life is the thing that changes your life. So you change your reality by stepping into your state of being, not by dissecting your old programming over and over again. So how do we actually do that in 60 seconds when a trigger hits? Let's do the 3 steps. So, step 1, the pattern interrupt. The exact second you catch yourself slipping into a trauma response, an old loop, or a conversation where the common denominator is what went wrong, you have to break the circuit. Focus goes where energy flows. Focus flows where energy goes. I don't know if I've got that right. You know what I mean. If you let the loop run, you project a reality that requires you to stay floored. You'll need a physical pattern or action interrupt. So, changing your posture sharply, or taking a hard, deliberate, big breath in. Look up, change your physical environment. You might mentally want to shout stop, probably inside so you don't look like a mental patient and become institutionalized. You decouple your identity from the wound right then and there. You refuse to give the old programming another second of your power. So, once you've done that, you've cleared the static. You then have a 30-second window to change your frequency, to stop spiraling down into the low old version of you. So you stop asking, what trauma do I need to clear today? Instead, you close your eyes and call forward the upgraded version of you. Access her state of being immediately. How does her chest feel? How relaxed are her shoulders? What does it feel like to stand in the shoes of a woman who is already whole and entirely secure? Flash that reality into your mind so clearly so that your nervous system registers it as real right now. Step 3, the somatic anchor. To lock this quantum shift into the physical matrix, you need a somatic trigger. For the last 15 seconds, anchor that feeling into your physical body. Touch your thumb and forefinger together, or place your hand firmly on your heart, or take one physical step forward into the room as her. And as you do this, exhale fully and let that frequency lock in. You are, in this process, anchoring the outcome, not the journey. When you open your eyes, if you closed your eyes during this process, maybe you should have mentioned that if I didn't, you move from that anchor with absolute conviction. The hard truth. I know this sounds simple, but do not mistake simplicity for lack of power. Because doing this over and over again in those challenging moments is what upgrades your life. Because the Matrix loves you to spiral when something appears to go wrong. And when you stop doing that, it gets pretty fucking annoyed. So don't mistake simplicity for lack of power. This ritual takes 60 seconds, but the commitment will require you to be relentless. Because we're so used to slipping back into these old patterns. We're so used to spiraling. We're so used to thinking, oh, that was too good to be true. It wasn't. Just stick with it. It gets easier. So you need to be willing to let the old version of you die, even if she was comfortable. Because the familiar is very comfortable. We're comfortable with the familiar. And even if her survival strategies felt incredibly familiar, it's very safe to stay in the waiting room of healing, pretending you're just optimizing your past before you put yourself out there. But you cannot build a new future while looking in the rearview mirror. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for a perfect alignment that never comes. Step into her shoes right now. Because the truth is, you never needed fixing. You just needed to remember your wholeness and land this identity shift. All the rest of it was just a brainwashing mindfuck. So if you are completely done looping, if you're tired of rehearsing the old story under the guise of healing it, and you are ready to actually land this identity shift, drop a comment below or send me a DM and let's get it done. Stop fucking around. This is your life, yeah? I want you to start enjoying it now and every day. So make sure you hit follow, turn on those notifications, because in video 14, we are going to talk about how to navigate the ultimate test, which is, and this is pretty fucking challenging and frequent, what to do when your external reality tries to pull your old identity back into the matrix. So until then, remember this. You have always been worthy. They just didn't want you to realize this. You've always been whole, again, as the above. You're fucking great. Peace out. Stay blessed. See you next time. Catch you next time.